Hello. I wanted to say a few words today about becoming magnetic to the opposite sex and to other people, actually. And I wanted to say a bit today about actually becoming magnetic to people through really knowing what we want and what we need in our life as far as our relationships are concerned, and putting that in the context of our safe relationship toolbox and of our happiness, really, at the end of the day. So often what can happen is that we go out on the dating or relationship scene, and we do so sometimes without really sitting down and having a honest conversation with ourselves regarding what we really need and what we want. And sometimes what we want isn't always what we truly need. And sometimes what we are attracted to isn't really what we need either, or even what we want at the end of the day. So it's quite interesting to have a look at the various situations and relationships that we've been involved in, and to ask ourselves the question, did I really need that in my life? And if I didn't, what is it that I do really need, if I were really honest? And what we really need, when we are truly honest and authentic with ourselves, may not be very sexy. It may not be very exciting. It may not be what other people need. It might not be what society and the media tell us that we should have as well. But at the end of the day, we have to live with ourselves. And if we're honest, we know what we really need, and in a person or in a situation and in our lives. But sometimes, because that is at variance with the societal expectations of who we should be and the type of life that we should be living, then we sometimes don't go down the road of following our true needs and our true desires, because we're afraid of not conforming and not having the same types of things and situations in our lives that everybody else has. And we don't want to feel like an outcast. We don't want to feel different. And so we sometimes can settle for relationships and situations and decisions, such as a career or a life path, that is not really in line with what we need. So for me, the first important step is to be really honest and say, look, I need someone who is above all faithful, is honest, is true, is committed, who is very real and is available for a committed and truly intimate relationship, rather than us going out there and hoping, dreaming, or believing that we're going to meet our soulmate, or whatever your version of that is, out there on the dating scene, without being very specific with ourselves as far as what we truly need, and then being able to identify it when we see it, and being able to recognize it and to honor it, and to not put it down, or not to sort of say, well, yeah, that may be what I need, but it just doesn't really excite me. It's not very exciting. But our safety and our happiness very often is based in peace. and in tranquility and serenity. And it's not always based in a lot of adrenaline flowing through our relationships and drama and this, that and the other that can pull us off course and cause an awful lot of stress in our lives. So sometimes what we may want, which may be a lot of excitement, drama and ego boost, may not actually be what we need, which could be a much more peaceful path, a loving path, with someone who is has the ability to be in a committed relationship and truly has the character in order to follow that through. And someone who comes along who may be very exciting, very sexy, very over the top, really, may not be the type of situation that we want to have in our lives on a consistent basis, and one which will support us and to help us to maintain a healthy lifestyle. And if we've ever been in a dysfunctional or abusive relationship, we know that that is not peace promoting. We know that that can take us off course. We know that we can hand over ourselves into those types of situations. And actually, we could be laying our life on the line in those types of situations through various illnesses as a result. So it's quite important to really know what we need in our lives and in situations and relationships so that we can proactively take those steps to say no to those people and things that we don't need and are harmful to us, and to attract and say yes to those things that are truly going to enhance our life and our welfare. And also, once we've decided what we truly need, we then have to see whether we possess those attributes within ourselves so that that person and that situation will be attracted to us as well. And then we have the ability to go out onto the dating market and be able to attract someone who is truly in line with who we are authentically. But if we don't know who we are and if we don't know what we need, then we need to take some time out to get to know ourselves, to build an intimate relationship with ourselves, to love ourselves, to raise our self-esteem, so that we're coming in alignment with our own true self and our authentic being. And then we truly will know what we do need, and we can magnetize that to us much more easily, and therefore we can be happy and very safe. Bye bye.